Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Play On. My name is Candace Barrett.
I'm Rob Mackay.
And this is Pearcey.
We're all back.
We're all back.
We're
Sorry for my absence, people.
back.
And yeah, sorry for me as well. I'm in a new office location, and it's very, very difficult to get there. I feel like I'm doing walk, ferry, train, bus, and it's too much.
Well, I've got to say,
It's a John Candy movie.
talking to myself last week. It was I do that a lot, but it was even odder than usual.
Thank you for externalising that for the rest of us, Rob. Yes, no, I had the ankle surgery and didn't go quite as smoothly as planned, but it's still it's back up and running now. And I had a little weekend of bike riding, so that was good. Had a little pretend jog yesterday, and it felt pretty good.
So back up and running, literally or metaphorically?
Yeah, I had a very gentle run on Sunday. I had a vest on that said water runner. It was more of a water wobbler.
Yeah, right.
Just hoping the tries are on this side.
Yeah. My little man had the dubious record of 12 grand finals, no wins.
Oh, no.
Going into Sunday, but he now has 2 grand final wins. So 2 out of 14 starting to improve the odds.
Yeah.
Hey,
Thank goodness for that.
Yeah.
We got 4 state championship finals in the house and 0 trophies from that. So I feel your pain.
Mm.
Well, it was grand final weekend for myself. So
I want to hear about this.
So yeah, I had a very early morning kickoff, 9:15 a.m.
Yep.
And it was such a beautiful day for footy.
Oh, it was stunning.
Yeah. And the girls were really good. Wildfires versus Campbelltown.
Yeah, wow, that's far north versus far south.
So yeah, it was pretty close. I'm saying like 3-point difference pretty much most of the way until like the last maybe 5 or 10 minutes when Campbelltown scored again. Anyway, it was very close. I did feel the pressure more in the second half. A lot more chat from both sides. So I'm going to review that tonight to see how I manage that. But I'm only going to get better and learn from it.
You didn't have time to review it on Sunday?
No, believe it or not, because I was celebrating too much out of my little Stein pewter thing. Yeah, too much wine and a lot of Wii Sport.
Were you having wine from Stein?
Wine from Stein, yeah. So good.
Such a fine time having wine from Stein.
How did that end up?
Yeah, there is a low point, guys, where I fell asleep in my friend's spare room. At one point, I could hear the rugby, and I was like, oh, I want to go watch it. All of a sudden, I was like, oh, no, it's going to happen. And I fell sick. But I couldn't make it to the bathroom in time, so I moved everything out of my weekend suitcase and was sick in my weekender suitcase. And I was like, oh, no, what is happening right now?
Look, Candace, I would love to judge, but I'm not going to judge this. I've been that trooper.
Luckily, it was like the zippy side. Anyway.
Yeah, nice.
Keep it contained.
Yeah. And then, anyway, long story short, that suitcase no longer is with me. And I did watch the second half of the South Africa versus New Zealand match. Yeah, my friend is seeing a South African man, and he's like, were you throwing up? I was like, yes.
I don't know what you're talking about.
What are you talking about?
Wasn't me.
But no, it was nice. It was nice. Yeah, it was nice watching actually the match with someone else for once, who's also not maybe he was from South Africa. So it was nice chatting and talking about different things. So.
For about half of the game anyway.
And then he's in mourning?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was, he didn't know what was happening. Yeah, he wasn't really happy.
What did Rassie call it? Catastrophic.
Rassie's been surprisingly quiet, which is a little bit ominous, I think.
Yes.
But, Saturday was gorgeous, Pearcey, because the weather was it was perfect. And there was lots of synergy going on.
Yeah.
Because Candace was doing the same match that I did last year. So I did that grand final last year. Hunter were one of the teams last year. So I had that nice play on synergy.
I want to get an impartial third party to have the conversation. Who done it better?
Who done it better, yeah. Well, you could probably talk to one of the commentators about that. So
you were one of the commentators.
I was one of the
Rob was one of the
commentators.
commentators to my match.
I don't know whether the commentators are impartial in this instance then.
It was pretty funny because there was a shout out for some commentators for the Chica Cup. And so once I got my schedule, I went, oh, yeah, I could do that. And they said, no, we've got someone, but we need someone for Div 2. And I went, that's me. I'll be there. And I did it with my best mate. So it was Waldorf and Stickler. And we had a great old time. And it was a great match to watch. Candace did a stellar job.
Thanks.
The lead changed many, many times. She was super calm. The best team won on the day. And she got a big stein out of it. No pewters this year. They're steins. They're glass steins. The engraved glass steins. Something a bit different. So
Nice.
certainly a memorable or not memorable night for Candace.
Depends on what point of the night.
Yeah, that's right. And then the two of us AR'd together later in the day at the same ground. So
Yes.
there was a real
Bless.
play on theme to Saturday at the Eric.
Who led that team, can I ask? Which poor soul had the leadership job of that team?
This was Miles. I AR'd for him at state champs, like super great. The most chill as a cucumber human you'll ever meet. And he does this really fun thing with his whistle. So he'll blow the whistle. It's not attached to his wrist or anything. He'll do the hand movements and then drop it back in his hand.
He's
Anyway.
he's first year out
So
of
cool.
school.
And, oh, bless him, he forgot his boots that day.
He did.
On
Oh,
his
we've all been that guy too.
On the semifinal? Final? Yeah. Bless.
Yeah. So that was an interesting.
I was
Have I shared the
I was like,
one
don't
occasion
worry.
I forgot my boots?
Well, this is our good mate, World Cup winner, RK, helping you out. Correct?
Yeah.
Yes, that is quite funny.
Scored a nice pair of Adidas boots.
When did you notice that you didn't have your boots? Because he noticed right when he was unpacking his backpack, but he only
then.
realized that point. Okay.
Yeah.
35 minutes before kickoff. Yeah.
Yeah, and his pulse went from 35 to 36, I think.
Mine spiked a bit higher than that.
Yeah, it'd be fair to say he's not an over communicator on the field. That's not his style. He's sort of a
Deadpan.
But
totally.
he gets it. Anyway,
No, he did really well.
Love it.
Really well. Yeah.
does anyone have any general rugby news that they've seen around?
Although I'd like to celebrate how bloody awesome finals footy in the Central West is. We've had some sensational footy the last couple of weeks.
Woo.
Dubbo have secured a minor premiership in the Blouse and have now secured a home grand final in just under 2 weeks. We have Cowra playing Emus this weekend for the right to contest that. And that'll be interesting. That'll be a good game. So looking forward to that. What else have we got? Boorowa, the Goldies won their second straight premiership down south. Probably the really cool result out here was Molong, who stepped up from our one-team club to our two-team club this year, have gone undefeated season premiership in their first step up, which is absolutely outstanding and an absolute credit to that club.
In the first grade or the second grade team?
Yeah, they're
first
a great
grade
club.
Oh, wow.
I believe, and I hope I'm right in saying this, that Wello, who also stepped up a division this year, won the second grade title. So it's a really good effort from two proper bush clubs.
Yeah, and Molong's not exactly a big town.
No,
so
Molong,
to
Wello's
get two teams. Yeah, to get two teams out of that. We've got some friends here who do, Sydney based, but they're connected to the Molong club. They used to do a lot of stuff with Molong and the Kiama Sevens, which was always interesting. But what do they say? A drinking club with a rugby problem. That was certainly their appearance at Kiama, but clearly off the field at home, they've done really well. So it's the Magpies, right?
Yeah, Molong Maggies.
No wonder you like them, Pearcey.
Yes,
it's a really cool club.
Let's not delve into AFL last week, but how ironic was it that one of our better performed clubs in terms of off-field antics has been the worst performed this last week, but Collingwood, who've been famous for being the worst, was the wholesome one last week with Steel Side Bottoms socials. It was the
universe is upside down. Yeah, that's right. So no dickheads.
Mate, I happily say, I reckon at before times last week I had a good solid happy tears cry for Steel Side Bottoms departure. It was very wholesome from a club that's not famous for that.
And Candace and I are sitting here going, okay.
I have no idea. I'm so sorry.
Candace, there's a guy and his name is Steel Side Bottom.
Oh,
is that his real name?
That's his real name.
That's like the best for a commentator.
I hate to think what his nickname is.
Yep. There's many. There are many, but he's famous for in our grand final win, which is nearly 3 years ago. He kicked the goal that sealed it, and it was a doozy. And I was crying then too. So he's a good guy. He and Scott Pendlebury, the two most games ever by a Collingwood player, and still would be celebrated if it weren't for some superhuman robot who just doesn't seem to ever want to stop playing. So he's a credit to his sport and his family. So hats off. Should we talk about New Zealand versus South Africa?
Yes. Boop, boop, boop.
Because that was a doozy of a game.
Yeah, refereed by Matthew Carley.
And right off the bat, let's say Matt Carley's finest performance.
Oh, yeah. I thought he really stepped up. I thought, I really enjoyed it. And I like how he spoke to players and how he talked through his decisions. Yeah, flowed really well.
And how he got some flow in a game that I didn't see getting flow in that game. I thought that the monoliths of South Africa may impose their stop-start nature on it, but he was able to get them playing footy quickly and regularly.
Well, he was certainly hurrying them up, but there was times when they still did have water carriers in the field, and even Etzebeth had to change a boot, at a crucial time by an amazing coincidence. There was still a lot of that going on, but yes, he was certainly pushing hard to keep the flow. There's no doubt about that. He seemed to set the standard very early. A lot of PKs very early. Which I didn't mind. I thought he stamped his authority on the game really well. It wasn't about him, but he...
And we've spoken of him. He's a little bit of an authoritarian style.
Yeah, he is.
But he delivers it with empathy. I can't speak highly enough of him. I thought he was fantastic. And yet, fantastic letting the game decide itself. It was not about him. It was,
Well, he gave the game what it needed. It needed that authority early because, everyone was up to their mischief. So not having that. Here's the standard. Bang, bang, bang. If you're slow learning, bang, bang, bang.
And this is a return to the old school style tours. It's a great concept, and I really hope we see more of this because this is purest rugby in my opinion. This sort of touring party rugby.
Yeah, it's a challenge for the global calendar, obviously, and making the finances work. There's some story going around that perhaps RA and maybe Argentina too will get compensated because there's no rugby championship this year.
Yeah.
So it will be interesting to see how that plays out. The crowds in the provincial matches have been so-so, but Ellis Park.
The viewing audience has not. The viewing audience has been sensational.
Yeah, so I just hope they can monetize that and share the love around. It was a high PK game. There were lots of penalties. I was intrigued that there was no escalation. We had the 2 yellows later, which we'll come to, but there was no formal escalation that I saw. Which can be a trap. Got away with it, but it's probably one of those things.
And I'm going to say something controversial here. I think it's better when we get away with it.
Well, and that's what I mean by
unfortunately, there's a turning
Pearcey.
point in the game there. It can go start skidding horribly sideways.
Correct. Yeah, and it didn't, and that was a good thing. But yes,
and I think both captains were fearful that it was going to head that way if the trend continued, and that's what you want.
Yes, the unspoken threat.
Yeah.
So what did we think about the scrums? Anything about the scrums?
Oh, Matt, that scrum penalty an hour or so in that went to New Zealand in front of their posts, turning point in the game for me. If that had gone the other way, we probably would have started an escalation process for front row for New Zealand, and then South Africa would.
And I forget who was tight head for New Zealand at the time, but hats off. That was.
I think it was George Bower.
Yeah.
No. Sorry.
No.
Fletcher Newell, maybe. Fletcher Newell.
It was.
Fletcher
and that
Newell,
was epic from him. The body shape there was the best I've seen for a long time.
I tell you what, though, I reckon a lot of refs would have gone the other way.
I do agree with that comment. But when you look at the reverse angle of his shape and Carley was standing there,
I agree
what
too.
he would have seen was just this bedrock tight head who took 2 steps forward. And that is absolute tight head gold.
I totally agree. But I tell you what, the first angle that we had from the other side, looking at it going...
Yeah, what you saw there was New Zealand loose head coming round.
Correct.
Where Carley was. His eyes would have been watching the tight head thinking this is the bloke under pressure, and he took 2 steps forward. I was just like, wow. Hats off to you, brother. That was your best work right there.
Oh, totally. And what I would have loved to have seen was the reverse angle from the other sideline because we only saw the rear angle. but the reverse angle from the other side would have painted that picture.
There was one in one of the
I haven't
replays.
seen it. Yeah,
there was, and it was epic, and he was just dead straight, like
Bang.
track to forward.
Yeah.
It was beautiful.
And he's called it straight away. No AR involved. I was like, bang, I've got this.
Yeah.
And
which he did consistently all night long. Overruled the TMO a couple of times.
Oh, he bossed the TMO big time.
It's awesome.
He bossed Nika on one of his chats. Carl was very good.
Yep.
Carl
and they've
helped him out really well.
Yeah,
absolutely. But yeah, that scrum, massive. And I think that took the wind out of the South African sails again. Oh, shit. You know, our bench, well, their bench use was weird. They didn't bomb squad much. They didn't have as much impact. Both teams suffered from some HIAs and injuries. The Kiwis lost 2 guys in one hit, from friendly fire, clunk. The South Africans lost back. So they were both teams a little bit dishevelled, but the Kiwis kept their composure better. A lot of people were hypothesising the last 20, the South Africans would run away with it. And looking at previous tests, there'd been a pattern of that.
That's usually what happens. Yeah.
But the script flipped again, and from that scrum point onwards, it just looked like it was only going to go one way, particularly after Luke Jacobson scored that try. So
what stuck out with me is I think the South Africans just aren't quite there physically at the moment. They'll probably get there, and it might be that they've just not quite got their physical activation right for test 1, but I reckon they'll be there test 2.
They're going to be working through it. Yeah.
Well, they were dominant physically early, though. Their post-contact meters, their number 8 was just running through at will. So it looked like it was situation normal.
Yeah. Do you see the 8 versus 8 thing as well? Versus, I quite liked how they described it. Like it was actual shoulder on shoulder.
And the shoulder that contact.
And then the whiplash of getting hit by Artie.
Yeah, that's pretty heavy contact. Holy smokes.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. The whole thing was heavy, right? The South Africans just looked a bit disjointed, and I think that's the downside of the constant changing of the lineups.
Yeah. I think the South Africans could be guilty. Like I said, I think they've done it a couple of recent big tournaments as well. You know, with the Lions, we saw it as well. They probably didn't hit the first test quite ready, just building into the second, and they have come back from a couple of tests before. So those series. So I wouldn't rule a line through them yet.
Oh, absolutely not. Beware the wounded bok.
Yeah, it could just be that they're peaking for test 2, not test 1, which. Probably not what they had planned, but it'll work.
No, it's sort of asked about because I would have thought Cape Town was where you'd favour New Zealand over South Africa. But now, it's a really important game now. Oh, they're all important, but you know what I mean. So, fascinating.
The yellow cards, in sort of like the last 10 minutes, there was 2 yellow cards. The first one was from coming into the side for clearing out a ruck. So, that was a penalty for the South African player. And that's when, they chose a scrum, New Zealand, after that one. It was a good decision by them. And then the next minute, soon after, there was a deliberate knock forward by a South African. It was the replacement 9. To me, there was a potential try opportunity from it. It was sort of like a 3-on-1 from when the camera view was. I don't know whether or not maybe if they just took those extra few moments just to sort of pause and look where they were, maybe they would have given a yellow card and maybe reviewed the try potential.
I thought there was a fair bit of work to do, and I agree with you. It was on, but it wasn't probable.
Yeah, it was somewhere between probable and possible, wasn't it, Pearcey? Because the All Blacks were sweeping around to their left. Certainly in the coverage I saw, I never got a full wide angle to see the space. So it was hard to tell, but it was interesting, both those yellows. Like the first one, Nika came in with, it was never a ruck, it was just general play, which I thought was an interesting take. Yeah, it was a funny call. Then they've been distracted by the shoulder-on-shoulder contact. They've come back, they've unpacked a little bit more, and Carl's come in and said, don't forget the side entry. Oh, yeah, well, let's have a look at that. And he's got him for offside, which is, playing the 9. And that was clear and obvious. Side, playing the 9, 5 minutes out. Like, that's an easy yellow card.
It had an air of cynicism about it.
Oh, totally. Totally. So it's like, boom.
Yeah. It was a pretty clear one, that one. And then the screw up 2 minutes later, I thought was easy.
I mean, that was just dumb. Like the knock forward, the deliberate knock forward.
Yeah.
And there could have been a third one because the guy who played 9 at the next scrum did the same thing.
Yeah.
Not quite as.
But then you would have had to find one again and we'd be 13 on 13. So
No, it would have been 12 on 15.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, yes, of course.
Yeah. So, the other guy can count himself lucky because he definitely stuck his hand out. But I think the feel and connection piece wasn't quite enough. So, and I think they sensed the game was going the way it was anyway. So, yeah,
that was my take on that bit. But yeah, 2 yellow cards very close to each other as well.
And correct, absolutely correct yellow cards had to be given. So I did laugh. The coverage was showing the occasional Yako cameo when those decisions were being made, and there's a little bit of chat between him and Rassi. So
I missed that. I think I only saw Rassi with his hand over his mic, just chat. Yeah, I only saw those ones.
Yako seems very happy in his new role too, assisting the Bockies.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah.
It's smart. Not? It's smart.
Yeah, it's a logical progression, right? So
over one of the most decorated referees in the world now sitting in your box.
I've got to say there were some super game smarts from the Kiwis just after the hour mark when Quinn Tapia took a restart and he let it go into the in goal and he grounded it without delay. It was a bit clunky.
Oh, yes. Yeah, I remember Matthew explained it as well. We're like, yeah.
Yep. It's a commonly forgotten law, that one. I love it.
Totally. So many players, they catch it on, near, just in front of the in goal. It's like, guys, let it run. Yeah. You're going to get a scrum on halfway or another kick. And at that stage of the game.
He sort of let it bounce and then.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
He did. Yeah. Yeah, so there's a bit of risk to it.
Immediately? Or immediately?
Yeah.
It's without delay.
Without delay.
Without
delay. So super smart. And again, that was another turning point because that took them back up the field territory.
12-9 if the ball is kicked into the opponent's in goal without touching any player and an opponent grounds the ball without delay or it goes dead through in goal, the non-kicking team has the option of having the kick retaken or a scrum. If there is delay, the kick will be deemed accepted and restarted with a try line dropout. That's 12-9 off restart kicks.
Correct.
Yay.
Correct.
Because if you don't,
got a secret law of the week that just came in there.
If you don't impose the restart bit, it sounds like kick in general play, which that's not what it was.
Yeah.
It's probably why South Africa. It sounded as though Matthew had to re-explain himself, so maybe the South Africans were a bit confused. They're like scrum.
It's unusual. They're normally pretty good at their law.
Yeah,
well, I imagine Yako will be reminding them.
And it could very well have just been for the TV audience who are sometimes quite oblivious.
There is
what?
What?
I know, right?
What?
I know. Who to think it? So cracking game. The 9 who got binned for his deliberate knockdown. He's the starting 9 the coming week because Rassi's already named his team. We're recording Tuesday morning. He named it on a Monday. There's a statement of intent. So,
Oh, Rassi.
Yeah.
Not messing around, are you?
Andre's back at 10, so he's sort of gone backwards a little bit to his safe players. That might tell us a bit more about what we're expecting in Cape Town.
Mm-hmm.
There was an interesting observation. I don't know if you spotted it. The 4 5s.
4 5s.
On the game.
What do you mean by
that? The guys
that?
doing subs. The guys doing the benches.
I didn't see it.
Angus Gardner and Brett Cronin.
Really?
Yeah.
Sick.
Did not spot that.
Were they there because they really had to manage the technical zone?
Well, I don't know about you, but that's unprecedented.
Yeah, that's the world's most overqualified 4 and 5.
Yeah, so I think that's...
And can I say, especially the 4?
So there was some negotiation, shall we say, prior to the tournament about how the off-field was going to be managed. So long story short, there's some neutrals involved.
Yeah, good. And presumably, therefore, they will all come and swap roles and stay there for the full tournament, which is great to get a team
I think
together.
some of the Northern Hemisphere people will be doing the bench coming up. So, absolutely.
And look, my hope for Angus is that it's not a dead rubber for Game 3.
Well, the thing is, even if it's 2-0, Game 3 is still live because it's a 4-test series. So Game 3 is actually on. And I understand, and I don't have this in writing, but I understand from chat around the traps that if we go to, I think it's Baltimore, and we have a 2-all series, there is a playoff mechanism.
They'll orchestrated number 5, will they?
No. I think at the end of the 4th match, there's something like a kickoff, like a
Golden
sudden
point.
death. Yeah, no. I think it's a penalty kickoff, but don't quote me on it. But there is something in play.
Sick.
Wow.
So they don't have a drawn series. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's unofficial, but
get legit arm wrestling done. Love it.
Love it.
Yeah.
Who would you put forward?
Oh, I reckon
Elizabeth.
Malcolm Marks and Etzebeth, perhaps.
I reckon Artie, because he would not. He would not give up.
Yeah, he'll never lose.
Geordie Barrett. I'd have Geordie Barrett in there.
No.
They're the pigs.
He's so tiny. He's
not
tiny, but he's tiny compared to everyone else.
The back muscles are only for show, Rob.
No,
Geordie Barrett, 6'5", Candace.
Yeah, but he's
but have you seen his biceps?
I've got to say, speaking of Geordie, he was my man of the match. We'll come to that later.
Okay. So, guys, on to the next match, which was refereed by Maggie Cogger-Orr. So, yeah, the Wallaroos versus Black Ferns. And with that one, I couldn't watch it live because I was out with you, Rob.
Yeah, you were.
ARing. So I've only seen some of the highlights since then. So Black Ferns scored a few tries quite early on. And I think only the Wallaroos got a try in just before halftime. So that's what I've seen. I think there was a good open play and everything. There was a yellow card at 31 minutes for a New Zealand player head-on-head in a tackle as well. So that was being reviewed. But that's all I really have to give.
I've got to say, it looked like the Silver Ferns have been training together for months, and it looked like the Wallaroos have been training together for 4 days. And I believe that's what has happened.
Yeah, you'd like to think this is the turning point, wouldn't you? Now that the coaching team for the Wallaroos is in place, they've announced the facility in Ballymore, which I'd heard, ages ago, but they've done all the formal pumping of the flesh now. They've got a timeline for that. We've got the girls going full-time sometime later this year, and, that's well overdue. Signs of life. The set piece was good.
Yep, and they came good towards the end of the game. They actually started to string some phases together.
Well, our red zone entry success rate was really good. So we get in the red zone. We actually scored. Maddie made her debut, which was sensational.
And a fairly strong start.
They didn't put her in any space, which was disappointing, but obviously there's not as much space on the field, but they didn't use her very well. That was one of our weaknesses. Our front foot ball was very poor, but she had 4 attempts to regather possession, and she did it 4 times. So that was a big tick. That gave field position. What we didn't get right, though, was breakdown. We got pumped at the breakdown, and the Kiwis were doing Kiwi things and getting away with it. Their counter-rucking was, brutal, but not always on their feet, I thought. But,
and it was done in droves.
Oh, absolutely.
So whenever there was someone going off their feet, there was also someone on their feet. And that, as a referee, it's very hard to blow that up.
Yeah, correct. And that's, I totally
And I thought Maggie
Pearcey
was actually really well balanced on the game. And that's a tough ask for her.
She had a great game.
She's a non-neutral, but I thought she did a really good job.
Yeah, well, it was interesting. We had non-neutrals everywhere because the 2 ARs were Aussies. So it's obviously sanctioned slightly differently that we haven't got neutrals, but I think everyone's comfortable with that.
Yeah, I am. And I don't think we have access to non-neutral referees that are of the same quality. I think Maggie's such a high-quality referee, and so will be Ella this weekend. So, we've got high-quality referees who just happen to be in-house.
Yeah, that's right. And
you have to fly them from Europe over. But they have,
pretty much.
And we're not sure
and they're getting ready for WXB. So I don't know.
They've got stuff over there. So the ones that we would probably get would be second tier. So I think this is a great solution.
Yeah, absolutely. And like I said, hopefully it's a turning point for the Wallaroos because there was some good signs there, but there's still a long way to go. But I think coming up, there's a gap between the top 2 or 3. Then there's a couple at 4, 5, and then there's us. And we're in that with sort of Ireland, Scotland, and we're playing Scotland 2 or 3 times later this year. So if we can knock them over a few times.
That'll be
back end
good.
of a Bledisloe. That's going to be great, little doubleheader.
Yeah, doubleheader. Yeah, absolutely.
Whoop, whoop.
So, the girls, and the 100th test for the Wallaroos too. So it was actually a big day. There were a couple of debutantes. We had our first trans-Tasman, I was going to say bilingual, but dual international. So she played for the Black Ferns. Now she's played for the Wallaroos. So, yeah.
Yeah, that doesn't happen much.
Well, first time going that way. Yeah.
Should we do some Stats Central?
Oh,
Stats Central.
Give it to us, Rob. Give it to us.
All right.
Stats Central.
We've got a double here in Stats Central.
Is that a statistical anomaly that we bring in 2 stats?
I don't think so.
It's hard to say. Statistical anomaly.
All right. So there's one fascinating stat from the weekend. Across the globe, there was only one movement in the men's and women's games across all rugby rankings. Only one movement. And that is New Zealand leapfrogging South Africa in the men's to go from number 2 to number 1.
Wow.
And,
Blah, blah, blah.
that is immense. I cannot tell you how big
and
that
well
is.
earned. Like that, I know this that the rankings don't take into account the home and away as much as they probably should, but winning in South Africa, that's
pretty
hard.
big.
It's like cricket
And
in
hard.
India.
Yep. So it makes it really interesting now because the pressure's now on the South Africans, but it just goes to highlight just how big that potential quarterfinal in the World Cup in Sydney next year is going to be, assuming there's no mischief from someone.
Which we cannot make that assumption.
No, we cannot make that assumption. So that's stat number 1. Stat number 1 is 1. The Kiwis are now 1, at least for a week, because that could easily flip.
Yeah, the points differential is minimal.
Yeah, it's 94.03 to 92.21. So
2.2.
Yeah, they will flip depending on results. The other stat that is extraordinary, and this goes back to my earlier comment, Geordie Barrett was my man of the match. His work rate, visible work rate, but also his micro stuff like the strip over the line, the key tackles. They made some massive tackles, like massive in the sense of important tackles.
Yeah.
But he won 5 turnovers against South Africa.
Yeah, that's
and that
big.
is the
That's a lot.
that is the most by a back in Tier 1 since 2012. So
Who
the
was that?
most Felipe Contepone.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah,
that is pretty impressive. And I think we may look back on this All Blacks backline as one of their best ever. I am looking at them thinking their ability to use a ball is pretty exceptional.
Yes,
It's
and
getting
I'll
exciting.
give you some more context on the turnover. It's the joint most on record by any player against the Springboks, alongside Richie McCaw in 2010 and Sam Warburton at the 2011 World Cup. So that gives you the context for the immensity of
And
Geordie's
they were both
effort.
wearing a number 7.
Correct.
Not.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, not a centre number, 12. So
yeah, he's immense. And you are right. His work rate on all facets of play has been exceptional.
yeah,
Amazing.
absolutely. So
Well,
I think that's really worth a shout out. Thanks to Opta Johnny for those stats. I had to go looking for them because my gut was telling me they would be there somewhere, and sure enough, they were. So
Trust your
Well
gut,
done.
Rob. Trust your gut.
trust your gut.
Trust
yeah.
it.
I'm working
So-
on it.
Except after
So-
you've been in a big night on the Terps, hey, Candace.
Just listening to my body, whatever.
Let's do appointments.
All right, yeah, let's do appointments because there's actually a match on tonight or early tomorrow our time. So we're recording Tuesday. So it's a Tuesday match in South Africa, and it's the Lions. The Lions are taking on New Zealand.
From Gauteng.
Yes, excuse you. And that is also at Ellis Park in Johannesburg. And the referee in the middle of that is, not surprisingly, one Angus Gardner.
Mm-hmm.
Carl Dixon and Nika double up as ARs. Brett Cronin and Eric Gozan are on the screens. And then we go to the test next week on Saturday in Cape Town. And we've got Nika on the whistle there.
Mhm.
Carl Dixon and Gussie on the flags. And then Eric and Brett switch on screen. So Eric is the TMO and Brett is the foul play review officer.
Oh, wow.
So
We'll switch
they're the appointments for that this week. Then we also have some matches elsewhere. We have Argentina playing Australia in Estadio 23 de Agosto. Hey, you.
Oh,
Yeah,
that
you.
sounds like fun.
So
Hey,
this
you.
is up right up in the north of Argentina. It's at altitude. It's about 1,300 meters.
Ooh.
Is this
It's
Mendoza?
a soccer stadium. No. Mendoza's down further south. So it's a little town. It's only about 300,000 people. So it's sort of Christchurchy size.
Are the Argentinians deciding to make the Aussies travel as far as they possibly can to drive home their home
There could be a bit of that. It's a soccer stadium.
On brand.
Yeah, it's open
Take a
air.
bus. You get the suitcases off. And they go
a bus, another bus, another bus, another bus. 25,000 people.
Give them meat poisoning. No salad.
Yeah, you get Sally or Susie. Susie, the waitress. So, yeah, that's going to be a test in more ways than one. So the match official team there is Ben O'Keefe. He's on the whistle. James Dolman is AR1. Jean-Luc Galecki is AR2. And then the Kiwi double act on the screens, Richard Kelly and Glenn Newman.
Beautiful.
Timo, foul play review, respectively. So that is that. Just after I locked the pod last week, the World WXV and Challenger Series appointments came out for the next couple of months for the women's tests. And there's a lot of those. Nothing coming up this week, so we'll get to those when they come out. But there's certainly a lot of activity for our match officials, which is very exciting.
Woo.
Ella, Amber. Also, we've got Jess, Rachel. There's activity right, left, and centre. So, watch this space.
Sweet.
We had Rachel watching some footy on the weekend somewhere near us.
So good.
Candace. Yeah, that was good.
It was lovely having her there.
It was. Yep. She's looking in great nick, which is fantastic. So
and probably not surprising.
Well, Pearcey, she's been doing your trick, so yeah, it was good to see.
Give us the law of the week, Candace. I've just had a little read ahead. I like this one.
Law of the week, everyone. So this is: can you punt the ball on a 22 dropout?
And the answer to that question is yes, of course you can. But if the referee sees it, they will bring it back and award that. I have a very funny story about a person with the football taking a 22 who said to the referee, "Look over there," and then dropped a beautiful torpy. Unfortunately, the AR said, "Mate,
yeah, nah.
And what is it, Candace? What do we do?
It. So it's 12.1. We alluded to another law under 12, so we got some restart kick theme here. So all kickoffs and restart kicks are drop kicks. The sanction is the non-kicking team has the option of the kick being retaken or a scrum. So obviously, typically, we obviously do that during kickoffs, but it's really interesting that you just have to think it's the same mind frame on 22 dropouts as well. So yeah.
And goal line dropouts.
Goal line dropouts.
Try line dropouts.
Yes. So there you go, guys.
So yes, you can do a punt, but you may not.
Yeah, you absolutely can, but we'll bring it back and give the other team an option of a free kick or a scrum.
Yeah.
But yeah, thank you. That was from a listener who we speak every so often, Andrew Gray. Someone asked him that question. And so everyone's just asking each other this trail of referees asking.
Thank you for your content, Grazy. Love your work.
Keep it up.
So speaking of kicking, I had a funny situation in my match the previous weekend. I gave one team the opportunity to convert a try. Not once, not twice, but 3 times. Because
you're generous, Rob.
I know. The first time they attempted the conversion, the charging team yelled. It's like, and he missed.
No.
It's like, okay, no problem. Have a crack again, and you can't charge, and be quiet. So they didn't charge, but they yelled again. It was like, and he missed again. It's like, have another go.
Could you give the players a card? Was it someone in particular?
I don't think it's card worthy. I think it's just you're an idiot and have another kick.
Yeah, that's right. So,
okay.
Exactly right. And yeah, it was 2v4. It wasn't a semi-final. It was last match or second last match before the final. So it was an important game. And it was 2 being Muppets, and they lost away. So the guy had a 3rd attempt, and he still missed it.
Oh.
But it wasn't meant to be.
But about 5 minutes later, we got a shot at penalty goal from further out on the same side, further back, further wide, and absolutely nailed it.
Okay.
Of course.
So the fourth time. Took it 4 times.
So plenty of practice.
Oh, that's funny. That's a good one.
that's 8:15.
Who's your golden whistle this week? Candace?
It is Aurélie
Groizeleau?
Yes.
Yeah.
So she will reach 50 tests when she referees Canada versus England in Toronto. Toronto. So yeah, this is really exciting for her. She'll be the 4th female to achieve this milestone. And yeah, I'm really excited to go, obviously, to watch that match for all obvious reasons. But I also quite like how Aurélie referees. And I'd be interested to see, because there's also some French-speaking players in Canada, whether or not maybe she might go between English and French to talking to them. Anyway.
Well, it depends. How's the Quebecois? They might not understand her.
Maybe.
Would you please speak French to us? I am.
Yeah, I know the Quebecers are very particular about their dialect.
Aren't they just?
Say.
Yeah.
But no, that's really exciting. And I have no idea what I'm doing this weekend for rugby. Anyone else? What do you guys have going on this weekend for rugby?
Well, I'm in the mighty Sutherland Cup Finals series, and it's our first weekend of finals. So we will no doubt find out today what we're doing. So
correct.
Looking forward to that. Didn't get in the middle last weekend, so looking forward to having a gallop around, hopefully on the whistle somewhere. If not, I'll be ARing for 1, maybe 2 matches, maybe more. Who knows?
Mm-hmm.
Off we go from there. Yeah. Pearcey, you're not ready to do anything yet, are you?
No, I'm not. I will probably head over to Orange and watch a little bit of footy there, but not required for any sideline jobs, and not capable of doing any moving jobs. So,
are you modding?
No, I'm not.
Observing?
I have done a little bit of modding in the last couple of weeks, but Fraser's taking care of himself and he's doing a really good job of it. Yeah.
Yay.
Just spectating. I went down and handed out some trophies at Blaney last weekend, which was great. Blaney took out the Alls Plus Cup.
Cool. Awesome.
Sunday morning, double header. South Africa, New Zealand into Argentina, Australia.
I'll be watching it at Warren.
Ooh, what are you doing up there?
Really good question. My daughter's up there for her sport. I have just installed a Starlink in my car.
Ooh.
Starlink. Should I know what that is?
I have internet in my car now.
Sick. You're like a farmer. Farmers
satellite
just work
internet,
in their car.
Yep.
You'll be like those people pretending to work from home.
Yes, Rob. Yes. And I'm loving it. I drive around at my region a lot, and Bathurst to Orange, half hour, 2 of our bigger regional centres, and what is a 30-minute drive? We have 10 minutes of range.
Yeah.
Is it hard to set up, or is it quite easy?
Easiest thing.
Oh, sick.
And what's the coverage like on in between the towns?
Unless you're under a tree, perfect.
Yeah.
It's satellite. So as long as you can see the sky, you're fine.
Yeah, nice.
Well, I love that, guys. Let's wrap it up here. Thank you all for listening. You can find us on YouTube. And thank you, Rob, for giving me a shout out as a golden whistle. Very honored. And I will enjoy listening to the rest of my grand final match with you commentating.
Get onto it.
Yeah,
thank you guys for carrying the ship. Look, Rob, I actually think you were sensational last week, and maybe we should throw you in and do a few more on your own. Well done. I, as usual, was pretty average. Candace, you were wonderful. Thank you for steering the ship as always.
Pearcey, I've got to say, I thought I was the best person on the pod last week.
I thought you were, yes.
Yeah.
Clearly.
So some may argue I was also the worst, but
no argument.
No argument.
No argument.
Jouet.